Hello, welcome to Sterling College. We represent one of the alumni associations of the college, committed to the idea that even if one lives a fair distance from the college, there is no reason why you cannot be updated on the changes and the growth that has occurred on the campus. We thought it would be interesting to take a look at what has happened since you departed Sterling College so long ago. So join us now as we start our campus tour. We all know that the Student Union was pretty much the center of campus life. We will give you a glimpse of what has happened over the years. There were some renovations to the inside of the cafeteria in the 1990s, but most of us remember it as a place to have a snack or just sit and relax with a friend over a cup of coffee. Remember all the terrific meals you had as a student in the cafeteria? Me neither, but a highlight for many of us was the special sit-down dinners for the holidays. Wow, the whole food service concept has changed since our time, reflecting the current trends and the fact that the student population is larger today than it was from the 1950s through the 1990s. But I bet the food is still pretty good, and there is a much greater variety. The cafeteria was extensively remodeled in 2012. Well, look, the bookstore is still a part of the Student Union. But the bowling alley is long gone. Our next stop will be at Thompson Hall, just across the parking lot. How many of you remember taking a chemistry class with Dr. Croson, physics with Dr. Strickler, or a biology course with Dr. Walker? Humanities with Carol Jean Brownlee was a tough class, but you really learned a lot about our world and our culture. In 2002, the college repurposed the area behind Thompson Hall and renamed it Heritage Gardens. This is an area of learning, relaxation, and devotion, complete with water feature and plants and flowers native to the area. It is often used as an outdoor classroom. As a student, you stayed in one of the 4 dormitories on campus. If you were here after the 1950s, the girls stayed in either Evans or McCreary, and the guys in Kilburn Hall or Campbell. Many of us remember this as a time of living with roommates, taking classes, making friends, and just maybe growing up. We also remember the pranks and the silly things that happened in the dorms. Speaking of dorm life, in 2006, then President Douglas had 2 more dormitories built in the field between Evans and Kilburn. Let's take a look and see how they are. They really are a nice addition to the living space on campus. I heard that they had such a hard time finding names for the new dorms that they called them X and Y. How chromosomal of them. As we continue our tour across campus, you may remember the little wooden frame building across the street from Thompson Hall. It was known as a Quonset hut, though it wasn't technically a Quonset hut, but it was home to the art department. And if you ever took an art class, you will remember Gordon and Ray Zaradnik and their passion for all things art. On its site is the new Mabee Library, completed in 1996. It is a state-of-the-art, larger library with new and better facilities, including book collections. Speaking of libraries, many of us remember the old Kelsey Library when we were there. A lot of us remember going over to Kelsey Hall to study in the carols at night. Most of the papers for my classes were written here in Kelsey. It is now home to the Behavioral Science, Language, and Literature departments, along with classroom space. Kelsey Hall was also the administration building and still holds many of the finance departments for the college and the offices of the Sterling Teacher Education Program. We will now continue walking down the sidewalk from Campbell Hall to Wilson Hall. If you were here in the 1960s, this is where you took PE and played intramural sports. Now the upstairs is used for dances, concerts, and social events. The downstairs is the home for the instrumental and vocal music programs. Many of us have been blessed over the years to hear and see the college choir while on its tour as ambassadors of Christ and of Sterling College. Back on the sidewalk, we come to Spencer Hall. It is the home of the Theater Arts program. It is also still used for chapel during the week. Let us now head out to the athletic field where for years Sterling College has been a fierce competitor in football, track, soccer, and baseball. They have won many conference titles and gone on to the national playoffs in both men's and women's sports. In the past 10 years, the entire football field and track area received new updates. In 1971, the Gleason Physical Education Center was opened with a swimming pool, basketball courts, exercise area, and classrooms. More recently, new baseball and soccer fields were added to the area. As we head back to the other end of the campus, we are inspired to see Cooper Hall rising above the other buildings. It stands as a testament to the character, strength, the challenges, and the history of Sterling College. Cooper underwent a reconstruction and remodeling update with new classrooms and all the latest media equipment completed in 2003, and it is changed. Remember walking up all those steps to get to your classrooms? If you saw it today, you would be happily shocked at how nice it looks. It is also the home of the admissions and administrative departments. Outside of the rear entrance of Cooper Hall is the servant statue, a stunning representation of the attitude of all those who seek to live for Christ. Once a year in the fall, many alums of Sterling return and spend a day reuniting with friends and former classmates at homecoming. This is a great time to see a rousing football game, a wonderful play, eat good food, and enjoy making new friends. The two words that stand out from this tour for our alumni group are growth and potential. Sterling College has maintained its deep Christian heritage while growing its programs and commitment to Christian education. The word potential speaks to what the future holds for Sterling. A campus visit and speaking with students and others will help us see this potential. Go to the website at sterling.edu and see for yourself. Pray for Sterling College and its future. As an alumni, you can choose to support the college and its potential growth if you feel so led. We hope you enjoyed this campus tour as much as we did. It was a good trip down memory lane.
My name's Jonathan Faulkner, and one of the greatest things I think about Sterling College is the fact that you're encouraged to get involved, to be involved in ministry, to be a part of ministry outside of campus. Everybody here is really uplifting, really encouraging about your life, and really wants to know what you're about and what your passions are, and how and know how they can encourage those passions. All your professors, the staff, the faculty, especially our president, they're all really invested in the students, and they're invested in one another, and it really creates an incredibly encouraging atmosphere. And that, in my mind, is one of the greatest things about Sterling College.
Hey, this is Lucas Garrett. One of the things I want to talk to you about is how inviting Sterling College is. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, just you go down the sidewalk and you can find anyone that you want to talk to. You just go through, say hi, everyone will always say hi back. To me, that is really cool, because if you go through and come from a different state, you have that family aspect here within the school. To me, that's one of the coolest things about it. Another thing that I really like is the teachers. If you have a problem with anything, you can go to them during their office hours, and they are always willing to help. For me, that kind of helps a little bit, but then if that doesn't help you, there's always tutoring. You can go get tutoring for free. There's a lot of cool things that Sterling offers.
Hey, this is Jared Reimer, and one thing that you really feel from the small town community that's reflected in Sterling College is family and community. I'm an athlete, and I really see this with my coach and the relationships I build with the other athletes on the team. The coach's family personally gets involved in our lives. They invite us over to dinner. Some of them even show up at our Bible studies that we hold as a team and everything. So it's not just a team that you're on and you hold a place. It's actually you're a member of that family and everything. And that's really what Sterling College is about.